Good morning. Just waiting for everyone to connect for tea and tarot this morning. So excited. How's everybody doing this morning? Excited to be here with all of you again in lockdown in winter. But it's snowing today where I am and I love it. It's so like just these fluffy, happy white flakes of snow makes me happy and I don't have to drive anywhere. So yay. I actually feel like we need to start with like my most ancient deck, which is Daily Guidance from Your Angels, a really beat up deck. You can tell it's been around the block a few times. So we're gonna start with that one. And I hope everyone is doing okay. Okay, Adrian, definitely. I will make sure to make a point of, I did bring the fairy cards out. I have them, yes. All right. So I hope everyone's hanging in there. It's been a weird week, okay? I feel like, God, every week has been weird. Who are we kidding? But just energetically, lots of ups and downs. So if you've been feeling like you've been hitting the highs and lows over the last week, that's okay. I've talked to a few people. You're not the only one. I've been feeling it too. My cat in the background here, he's got a little catnip mouse from Grandma. That's made him go bananas. So hopefully he won't do anything too crazy. All right, so the card that I picked to kick us off is called Focus on Service. And it's from the Daily Guidance from Your Angels deck, a really, really old deck. And it's interesting because look at the picture too, right? It's a girl with her full wings out on a unicorn, like ready to magic it up. So, and the focus being on service. But I really feel like this card, it's almost a little bit in alignment with the theme that we had 2 weeks ago about really finding your thing. I feel like being of service, but in the way that fills you up. So not just being of service in your life to people where you feel drained or like an indentured servant, and at the end of the day, you're like, you just want to crawl into a hole and die. Because we've all had days like that. This is about finding a way to be of service that you're really passionate about, like something that you really love, that maybe that you're good at, that you haven't thought about sharing with other people before. You know, maybe getting creative, like writing an ebook on something or making a cookbook if you have great recipes. Or, you know, it might be something that you think, oh, everyone knows how to do this already. They don't need my input or information or whatever, but they might not know. So something you're passionate about, maybe start a blog, maybe just send an email out to friends or post something on social media, a way that you can be of service to your community and other people, but in a way that you're really excited about, in a way that fills you up and you just get super jazzed. Some of you know that I went in like creative mode over the holidays and before making soap stuff. And I used to make Bath and Body Care products like about almost 20 years ago and all the way throughout. And I took about a 4-year break because I was moving, I was separating again. Like I just had too much life chaos. And I had everything in a cupboard locked away, and I actually made a point of going into the cupboard just to clean it out and get rid of stuff. And I'm like, you know, I really love making stuff. I'm not ready to let go of all this stuff. And so I just started making stuff again. And I was really happy doing it. And I thought, God, I hadn't done this in like 3 or 4 years. What was I doing? Just sort of shelving it. So it might be something that you still love in the past that you, for whatever reason, you haven't had time for, or maybe you've forgotten about it, or it hasn't been a priority. And that just might be a great segue into something else. So if you feel like uninspired lately, like you just haven't been feeling it for doing much, go back to something that you really enjoyed a few years ago and start there. And then start at that point, because things always evolve and change as you go forward. So this card is asking us to focus on service, but in a way that fills us up. So I think for me, that's creativity. I don't know if that resonates with all of you, but I feel like when I'm being creative and I have new ideas and that new fresh energy is flowing, that lifts my energy up. That makes me happy. And this is about being of service. So it's about sharing that with other people. And it will also inspire them to do some stuff too. So, and new things, new old things, but definitely we're being asked to be of service in some way with our friends, with our community, with our loved ones, but service in a way that fills us up and doesn't drain us. Sound good? All right, so let's go to the next card. So Adrian, you wanted fairies, so we'll jump right into the fairies. And if anyone else has a deck they're interested in, I've got a lot here today. I've got Romance Angels, Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, Starseed Oracle,
couple of Rebecca Campbell's decks, Universal Love, Spellcasting, Divine Guidance, Animal Oracle, lots and lots. Life Purpose Oracle. All right. So for those who are new, welcome to Tea and Tarot. I go to the cards every 2 weeks to find out what's going on in our lives, on the planet, and just guidance from Spirit to help us along our way to get through the next 2 weeks. We're all in varying stages of the lockdown. Where I am, we're lockdown again, so not a lot of excitement. Okay, so this card is about honoring your true feelings, and it's a really beautiful card. You've got this fairy at the edge of a waterfall sitting on a tree, and she's just contemplating things. And I think it's important to honor your true feelings. Sometimes we can block our true feelings or put them to the side because they're not convenient or comfortable, but they always bleed through. Even when you do that, they always bleed through later. So if you are feeling big feelings come up or big emotions come up and you don't have time to deal with them, that's fine. Put them to the side temporarily, but make sure that you don't wait too long before you unpack that stuff, because it does just build up over and over throughout time. And that's why our bodies break down. That's why we get sick. In my practice, I see a lot of people who aren't well, and it always starts in the mental, emotional, spiritual realm before it hits the physical body. So it's really important to deal with things as they come up and to honor your feelings, because sometimes when we have an emotion, we very often have a judgment attached to it, especially if it's an emotion that we perceive as negative. You know, we don't judge our joy or our happiness, but if we're feeling kind of crappy, we'll be like, oh, you know, why am I feeling so crappy? Or why am I sad? Or why am I angry? And we question it and we judge it and we beat ourselves up about it. But this is about honoring your feelings. This is about saying to yourself, you know what, it's okay. It's okay that I feel sad. It's okay that I'm grieving the loss of this. It's okay that I'm disappointed. It's okay that, you know, I'm feeling unloved right now by my partner or whoever, or myself. It's okay to have your emotions. It's okay. And we're all having a lot of them right now, a lot of different ones, because there's been a lot of change over this last year, and we're not through the change. There's going to be more. But by honoring your feelings, that helps you not only acknowledge them, but also let them go. Because when we ignore things in the body, they hang on longer. It's kind of like trying to ignore a toddler that wants your attention. So for any of you who have children and you've been trying to have a phone conversation or do something and they're always like, mommy, 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 they always know when you're focused elsewhere. It's like trying to ignore that toddler when you're ignoring your emotions. They don't go away. They'll come back another day. So don't be afraid of going into your feelings and into your emotions. And I find journaling is a really great tool. And it's an old tool, you know, the pen and paper, but it's a really helpful tool for me. So when I'm feeling overwhelmed with emotions, I do, actually, a friend of mine told me when you're overwhelmed with thoughts, it's a great idea to do a brain dump and just write everything out on paper just to get it out of your head. So when I'm feeling overly emotional, sometimes I'll do an emotional dump where I'll just write everything that I'm feeling, even if it doesn't make sense, and I just pour it out on the paper. And you can even do this with your phone, dictate it into your phone, but just get it out of your body. And then you can look at it later and analyze it later if you really want to, or you can have a bonfire with that, whatever works for you. But it's just a way to get it out of your body. So honoring your feelings, most important thing. We're all having them, but not discarding them, not judging them. Okay, so let's see. I know I'm not going through the different zodiac signs for this. It's kind of more of a general reading. Somebody was just asking me about that. I could do that, like that. I might do that in future, but this is more kind of just general. I do ask people though if they have specific questions or things going on in your life that right now or even prior to this session, you can set the intention that your question is answered, and it might be answered in more of a general way, or you might feel like I'm actually speaking right to you. So I'm going to the animal card deck because that was requested for the next card. Oh, I love this one, guys. Oh, I love this one. Okay, hummingbird spirit. Oh, this is good news. I spend a lot of time in Peru, and hummingbird is all about the joy and the creativity in the heart chakra. So this card coming up to me is a really
Beautiful symbol from the universe saying things are going to get lighter. We're going to start feeling in our joy more if we haven't been there. So for those of you who've been struggling and really feeling kind of the heavy emotions, spring isn't coming yet, but the feeling of spring is coming. Okay, so we're going to have more joy, more creativity, more lightheartedness. So don't lose hope if you've been feeling the opposite of that. Just hang in there, because hummingbird is coming. And hummingbird, as you know, is a very fast moving bird, like darts all over the place very, very quickly. And so this is showing us that these emotions can shift and change very quickly too. So you could feel in the depths of despair one day and then full of joy the next. So really just allow yourself to feel the flow and get creative too, because hummingbird is all about getting creative, trying new things, innovation, industry, starting new businesses, collaborating with other people. And this could just be like taking a course or learning something new, but now is the time to start to put your energy into new things, okay? Old, new things, maybe something from the past that you're reinventing in a different way, but you're going to make it different. You're going to make it new and fresh in this time. It's not just about repeating the stuff from the past. Okay. So let's go to another deck. I feel like the romance angels are calling out. I'm getting a lot of people today asking personal questions. This isn't a personal one-on-one group reading. It's more of a general reading to tune into the energies of what's happening in the world for the next 2 weeks for all of us. I do personal readings. You can find the link in my bio to go to my website for that if you need specific questions answered. But I can't, unfortunately, do that in this format. There's just too many people. And then everybody would be bored waiting while someone had their personal question answered. So unfortunately, can't do it all. Try. Okay, so this is about keeping an open mind. And it's a good one. It's saying basically your soulmate might not be what you think. So if you're looking for love right now, you might be looking for a specific type of person, or you have an idea in mind of who you want to be with. And the universe is saying, be prepared to be surprised here. If you're in an existing relationship and you're kind of judging it on the framework of what you had in the past, and you're looking at your existing relationship and you're like, oh, I don't know if this is working for me. It's not like what I'm used to. It's not maybe fully what I want or what I think I want. The universe is saying, just wait, because things are different, but maybe not in a bad way. So not to be too hasty in judging the situation, okay? Because this person actually might be perfect for you, and you just haven't gotten there yet. So rather than sort of discarding the potential, just let it go, like a few more moments or a few more days, or just hang there a little bit longer. So if you're thinking of breaking up with someone and you're just like, that's it, I've had it, and this card is saying, just wait a couple more days, let things unfold and see if there's a change there, because it's about being surprised in a positive way. Okay, so they're saying your expectations are different than reality, but it might end up being for the best what's happening. So don't be too hasty in your love life right now, okay? All right, so universal love cards are kind of jumping out at me as well. Now, it's not to say to stay in something that's torturous and horrible, but the thing is too, with relationships, there's no rush. If you're not sure if you're going to leave a relationship, like that's a really big choice. I'm always a big believer in taking your time through something like that. It's okay to change your mind. It's okay to take your time. There's no rush. Just like there's no rush in finding that perfect partner. If it's your partner for the rest of your life, why would you want to rush into that? It's better to be alone briefly until you meet that right person, rather than just grab onto whoever you can get for fear of being alone, and then maybe like not being with that person that really feeds your soul. So, these are questions that only you guys can answer and choices only you can make, but Spirit's just saying, just wait. Don't jump to conclusions. There's some information coming that you might not have considered. So someone might surprise you. Okay, so this is a really interesting card because I did a Create Your Year class, I guess, was it Friday? Gosh, it feels like weeks ago, to kick off 2021 in Practical Intuition. And one of the things that we had the opportunity to do was draw a symbol that represented a picture of what we wanted to create in our new year. And all of you guys can do that too. It's a really powerful exercise. And the card that I pulled here is very similar to a symbol that I drew for last year. I had the bird, I had a crown, I had, ironically, and it wasn't based on this card. I kind of drew it from my mind. So I just basically pulled a card that looked like the symbol that I drew last year. So I just love that. But anyway, it's about birth and new beginnings. So we are launching into something new. And it's just almost like the phoenix rising from the ashes here. So I know it's been a long haul with the whole COVID thing, and there's a lot has changed and is still changing. But this is really about focusing on the new things that you can bring into your life and into your reality. And take some time to grieve the things from the past that you feel that you've lost. Some of those things you might be able to repurpose them. Some of them you might have to completely let go of. But Spirit's saying don't take too long in looking at the wreckage in your life, okay? Because your attention needs to be on what you're creating and the new stuff that's coming. That's where your energy needs to be. And it's really good, you guys. Like, it's really good. I don't even know how this is going to happen. Because I've had days too where I'm like, the world's impossible right now. Like, what? But the feeling I'm getting with this card is one of such like excitement, and it's almost like that anticipation, you know, before a baby's born or little kids on Christmas morning, that like something amazing is coming and I don't know what it is. That's the feeling that comes with this card. So it's a blessing for all of us. So something to look forward to. There's going to be something new that is birthed into your reality, whether you are creating it or it comes to you. That's going to be happening, I feel, quite soon. So that, in conjunction with Hummingbird, I feel like we're kind of like coming up onto the crest of the wave, maybe out from the undertow, which is nice. Okay, so I'm going to Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. This is a deck by Colette Baron Reed. It's a beautiful deck. It's got these little archways on the one side, and I don't always bring this deck out, but it really wanted to come out today, so let's see what it's got for us. Okay, so the card that's coming forward is the Diamond Dreamer. And this card is about abundance and prosperity, and not just material wealth, but wealth as in your life feeling like it's worth it, or feeling like it's, what's the word I'm looking for? Like you feel abundant in all things, not just financial. But for those of you who are asking questions about finances, they're going to turn around, okay? They're going to turn around, but it involves you getting a little bit creative, because this is sort of a co-creative card with the universe. It's not like that money is just going to sort of like drop on your lawn or in your driveway or on the roof of your home. It's asking you to co-create with Spirit. You're building this wealth together. So this could be an idea you have, maybe for a business, or maybe for a partnership, or maybe an idea of where to invest. Really trust your intuition here, because I feel like it will come in very strong, and it might not make total sense. So you might have to do a bit of research if you get intuition about, let's say, investing in something you know nothing about. Do the due diligence of the research, but trust that intuitive feeling of where to put your money or where to put your time and resources, because this is a card of growth, expansion, and material wealth, and also abundance in all things, but very much about finances. So for those of you who've been concerned about your finances, and if you're lost with them, then reach out and get help. Like when people are having struggles with their health and their wellness, I'm like, reach out, find someone to help you, to do some energy work with you or some coaching with you. And that's what I do for a living. But if you're struggling with financial things, reach out and find a financial planner, or ask some friends and family who seem to have it together with their finances, and find out who their coach is. Okay. One thing I've learned over the years is that really people that I feel that are successful, like if I look at them and think, oh, they're successful in this realm or this realm, it's not just about money, but other things. But if I feel they're successful in relationships or with their health or with their finances or whatever it is, I'll ask them, I'll say, like, how did you get where you are? Like, and 9 times out of 10, people have coaches, they have help, they're not doing it on their own. Okay. We like to think that, and even people who are really wealthy and have a lot of money and are writing books and touring and doing the circuit and all that kind of thing, they've got like personal trainers and personal chefs and nannies. Like they have whole teams of people working with them, you guys, okay? So people aren't always doing this stuff on their own. So if you're struggling with something, if you're struggling with your material wealth, then reach out and get some help with it. There are a lot of people that that's all they do. And if you're stuck with business things, get business help. If you need health coaching, get a health coach. If you need someone to get you, working out again or get you back in the fitness track, then maybe hire someone. Maybe you need to hire that personal trainer. Maybe you've never needed to, but this is the year that you need that extra push or that extra coaching. So this card is about you dreaming and using your energy with spirit to create that wealth in your life, but also very much trusting your intuition with what you're pulled to. Okay? I'm just going to have a sip of my tea. All right, let's see what else we've got. I feel like I'm being pulled to the wild offering cards, which are the cards that have the words on the one side. So I'm going to just go through these. The sun is shining. I like that the sun is shining. Honestly. It's hard in the winter, but the winter is the time when we're supposed to go within. And so even for those of us that are in this lockdown in my area, we're supposed to go within. It's about going within and dreaming your dream of what you want to create for the next year. So use this time. It's actually a gift that we have right now to have this extra time to be able to do that. So, all right. Like I miss people, but I really, I'm okay hermiting, honestly. Okay, so I just pulled the empowerment card, and this is about coming into your power and your wholeness. And it sounds like an easy thing, right? Oh yeah, I'm going to be in my power. I'm going to be in my wholeness. It's the hardest thing, because in order for this to actually happen, you have to have acceptance. And I think that's like one of the biggest things we struggle with as human beings, is having that real acceptance for ourselves. Because for that to happen, there has to be forgiveness, because you have to look at all your parts and embrace them all. Okay? Sometimes we only want to look at the good things, or the things that we think are our gifts and talents, and we don't want to look at our shortcomings. We don't want to look at the way we act when we're hurt, or the things that we don't like about ourselves, whether they're physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, whatever it is, and we just want to look at the good things. But when we accept everything and we're able to forgive and integrate everything and bring it all in, that's when we really find our true power. Because when you embrace the things that you're not comfortable with about yourself, you empower yourself. Nobody can use that against you and make you feel bad about yourself, because you're already aware of it and you've already forgiven yourself for it. So that we use a lot of energy every day kind of worrying about what other people think, or worrying about being judged, or worrying about being seen or not seen. And so when you integrate all these things about yourself, especially the things that you don't love about yourself, you empower yourself with that, and you take the power away from other people that in the past might have been able to knock you off your groove. So this is the big work. It's the lifelong work, coming into your power or coming into your empowerment. I love to use this. I love analogies. I mean, I'm a visual person. So think of it this way. Imagine yourself as a building, okay? And, there's rooms that have clutter and there's rooms that are beautiful. But imagine that you're renovating your entire house. And so you take all your belongings and you throw them on the lawn. Everything you own is on the lawn. The good, the bad, the ugly. All the stuff you hid in closets is on the lawn. Like anyone walking down the street can see it. It's all out there. And when you have it all out there, Just look at it. Look at the things you don't like. Look at the things you like. You can choose what you're going to put back in your house. You don't have to bring all that stuff back in. You can let some of it go. But we need to look at it in order to be able to let it go. If you're in denial or you're not able to look at it, you're going to keep carrying it. You're going to keep it with you. So if it helps, use that analogy with yourself and all your things. Let it out. And if journaling helps you lay it all out on the lawn, or just even sitting in meditation and doing that visualization where you imagine all your stuff out on the lawn, and then look at those things. You might have little things from your childhood, hurts and traumatic things that happened, or things you're hanging on to from past relationships, fears that you adopted from other people and they're not even yours. Look at all that stuff. It's a really powerful exercise. And then take the things that you resonate with, that you want to keep, and bring those back into your house. Okay? Have a yard sale with the rest, or just take it to the curb, but you don't need to carry it anymore. And when you do that, you're going to start feeling like you have more energy. You have more energy for life. You have more energy in your body. Your body will start to heal, and you'll have a lighter feeling about the future. Even in the midst of chaos, you'll start feeling more positive about what's to come. So let's all collectively do that. I need to do that too. Everybody's got their stuff. We're going to set the intention that we're going to embrace all of our parts, all of our bits. We're going to at least look at them and decide, what we're keeping and what we're letting go of. All right? And it's something you might not like, somebody else might like. That's why the yard sales work, right? Like, just let it go back to the universe. It will become pure energy. I like to tell people when I do visualizations, I like to send a lot of things I no longer need down into the earth. And you're not going to blow up the earth, because I have had people ask this over the years. They're like, Kerri, well, what if I blow up the earth? The stuff coming out of my body is so terrible. I don't want to destroy the planet. And I'm like, that's cool that you think you're that powerful. Awesome. But whatever we send into the earth, it becomes fertilizer for the earth. The earth transmutes it, takes that energy, and turns it into positive fertilizer for the earth. Pachamama, Mother Earth, wants our junk. Okay, so get it out of your body, visualize sending it into the earth in whatever way, out your feet, down a vortex, however you want to do it. But she wants that energy. She wants that discarded stuff. So instead of a yard sale, you could just imagine a big gaping sinkhole in your lawn, taking all that stuff into the earth to let it go. But have some way to let it go. Okay, so either do that way or put it in a rocket ship, send it to the moon, whatever you want to do. But just do that today. Everybody, that fun exercise later, yard sale, empty your house, yard sale, and then discard those things. And you'll notice a difference right away. It's really kind of cool and a little bit freaky how quickly that shifts things. All right? Quick, easy, honestly, sometimes it's the quick, easy, free things that are the most powerful. You could spend 20 years in therapy and millions of dollars, or you can just do virtual visualization, right? Okay, so these are the Work Your Light cards. I'm really loving these cards lately. They've been almost here every single week, you've probably noticed. All right, so let's see what we've got. The Ever Unfolding Rose. Oh, all right, guys. So it's a beautiful card, and it's all about the heart. Okay, so the heart is opening. This rose is in our heart, and it's opening. And when that happens, the reason why I'm like, it's beautiful. It's necessary. It's gonna make people cry. Okay, when that heart chakra starts opening, you're going to be crying a lot more than you normally are. And not because you're sad and want to jump off a cliff or anything. It's just that feeling of, I don't know how to explain it. It's not like you're happy sad or sad sad, but you're just going to leak. All right? So let it happen. Let the waterworks come. It's like, it's time. It's time. It's time to open this up and let this open and not be afraid. It's going to stretch you a little bit. It's going to take you outside of your comfort zone, but it's going to be so good. So good. But yeah, we're crying. We're all going to be crying. Stock up on the Kleenex. Forget the toilet paper. Well, I guess you could use toilet paper, but then you're going to get all scratchy, right? What should we do now? Let's do the Starseed Oracle. I don't think no, did we do this one already? I think we might have. Let's do it again. Why not, right? There's no rules here. Gosh, too young to be losing my memory, but that'll be fun. Tea and tarot if I don't know what the heck. The golden children, interesting. Okay, so this makes me think of like star people. Our beings that are off planet, that aren't on Earth, that are, and also some of our guides and angels as well. But we're being yeah, there's cool things happening here. I'm not going to get too much into it, but we're going to start opening up more, and so your intuition is going to start expanding. So it might be weird for some of you if all of a sudden you start hearing voices in your head and you're aware there's a presence or a guide or an angel, or maybe in your dream time starting to try to connect with you and talk to you. And if that's not your thing and you're like, am I losing my mind? You're not losing your mind. It's just the veil between our world and the spirit world is very, very thin, especially this time of year. And because some of you aren't as busy as you normally are, Spirit's like, let's connect, let's chat. They're sitting still. This never happens. So a lot of you are going to be opening up to your intuition. And if that's alarming to you or you're struggling with that, then reach out to someone. I can help you with that. That's my thing. But it's all good because that's your intuition. It's going to help you with your life. It's going to help you make better choices. It's going to help you go forward. But Spirit's like, usually sitting waiting for us to make the invitation to connect, and I feel like they're really putting the pressure on for us to kind of invite that connection, because it's like they're watching us live our lives. So how do I explain it? Our spirit guides and angels can't interfere with our free will without our permission. So they're on the sidelines watching you and waiting, and they're watching your life like it's reality TV for them. And sometimes that's probably really painful for them to watch, because they're like, God, if she would just ask me for help, I could come and help her. But no, she wants to do it the hard way. So I feel like they're bringing their energy really, really close to encourage us to ask for help more. So even if you've been working with your angels and guides and you haven't been asking for help lately, please make an effort to use your team. They're there, they want to help, especially through the sticky bits, okay? So this might be a reminder for some of you who have been working with your guides and angels for some time. Reconnect with them. They're dying to talk to you. And for those who are new, like a great way to start is just get your own oracle card deck and start playing around with it. Pull a card every day or a couple cards every day, and then you can start to connect that way, or through journaling. Lots of different ways. All right. So spellcasting oracle we're going to go to next here. And then I think after this I'll do one more, and then I'll go to the angel wing cards. So lots of cool things happening. Oh, this one wants to come. Oh, I'm happy the cards are kind of lighthearted today. It's almost like relief. It's like, oh, we pulled the good luck card, everybody. High five. Out of all the cards in the deck, right? Finally, things are turning around. It feels like by this card, by spring, it's going to be a lot lighter. So getting through the winter for some of us is going to be the biggest thing. So doing whatever you need to do for that to happen. By the time the spring rolls around, it feels like there's lots of opportunities that maybe aren't present right now. But hang in there, okay? So, but the luck is turning. It's turning around. So things aren't going to feel so, I don't know, unlucky, I guess. If you've been feeling like you've had a streak of bad luck, it's going to shift. So just keep the faith. Ask your guides and angels for help. They'd much rather help than watch the horror show, right? Let them help. Let them help you turn it into at least a divine comedy or a black comedy. Comedy's better than a horror movie, that's for sure. Okay, so I'm going to the Lighthearted Tarot, which is one of my favorite decks, and so many cards want to come out right now, but I'm going to go with this one. It was the most jumpy one. Ooh, the Ace of Wands. Again, another favorite card. We're just hitting them all today. The Ace of Wands, when somebody asks a question, and they're asking of spirit, and they're like, am I going in the right direction? Am I doing the right thing? Is this going to end up okay? This card is like a hell yes. Okay, it's like everything's going to be amazing. this is really connected again to our creativity and our intuition. We're really being asked to go into ourselves, discard the junk so that we can start to see our gifts. And some of these gifts that you find, or some of these abilities that you find, or things that you find about yourself might be a surprise to you. So it might be brand new. You might be like, wow, I didn't know I was good at this, or I didn't know I was interested in this, or this is amazing. So it's really connected to your soul or your spirit, and it's trying to break through right now. So it's really important to take the time to listen. I'm a big believer in meditation, but I know that doesn't work for everybody. So if you have trouble sitting still and getting quiet in your head, because life is crazy, let's face it, go for a walk. Okay, go for a walk, and don't put the headphones in. Don't listen to the music. Just get into the woods or get near a tree and just be open to listen to nature, and just be present and wait for things to come to you, because they will be coming. This is just such a beautiful card. The Ace of Wands, it's a fire card. It's about creativity and activity and creation. But this Ace card is like spirit with you doing that. So you're not alone in whatever you're creating or trying to bring into your life right now. Like spirit's at your back, like support. So awesome. I'm super excited about that card. All right, I'm going to pull the Angel Wings cards to close. And the Oracle card class is going to be happening in February, and I will send something out about that shortly for those of you who are interested. The link in my bio will lead you to my website and all of the things that are happening. I do post everything on Instagram as well, and I try to on Facebook. But lots of new things. I'm building an online store. Well, it's almost built. I don't have shipping on it yet, but for those who are local, I've got porch pickup. But pretty much all my products are on there now. But I'm constantly making new ones, so it's ever evolving. What else is coming up? I have an axiotonal realignment class happening in February as well. It's kind of like Reiki, but it's different. But for those energy workers who are looking for something new, it's a really great therapy, and you can do it distance as well quite easily. Okay, so I've got these like cards. I don't even know. They're really old. I'll show you the book that came with them, called the Book of Angels. And so you're supposed to pull one that has silver wings, one that has gold wings, and then this one, which is the key. So the silver wing card says, read and recognize poetry in life. And for me, that would be nature, spending time in nature, because that is the poetry of life. Actually, most poets in the past were probably inspired by nature or love, but nature is a big one, because when we're in a natural setting, it automatically syncs us up with the earth and our energy. It puts us in our rightful place. So if ever you're feeling at odds in your life, it's probably because you've been spending too much time inside. You know, that's why the spring and summer, it's not just the weather, it's because we're outside more. And what I really love about this lockdown is everyone's getting outside to walk because they have no other way to exercise. And it's beautiful seeing everybody outside walking and getting that fresh air and getting into nature. Okay, so the gold wing card, find something lost from life. So this is something that you've lost in your life, and it could be physical, mental, emotional. It might be like maybe you feel like you've lost your passion, or you've lost your joy, or you've lost your direction, or you've lost, a friend or a partner, or your health, or whatever it is. This is asking for you to reconnect with it. And maybe not in the same way, maybe in a different way, but also grieve the loss as well. Like, allow yourself to let that go. Allow yourself to grieve the loss. It's okay to do that. But it's not fully lost. So some of you think that you've lost something, and you think, oh, that's it, it's a done deal. And Spirit's saying, not so much. Okay, this card makes me laugh. Pardon me, because it says the key is August and meeting new people, and I'm like, God, do we have to wait to August until we're social again? Oh my God, I hope not. But August, some of you will be meeting new people. Hopefully we'll be allowed out of our houses before then, but anyway. Oh my goodness, it was always fun. I love doing this. I love connecting with all of you. It's been a pleasure. The cards are on the up, so get creative. Find a way to dump all your emotional stuff out on paper, your mental stuff, whatever it is. Have a bit of a bonfire, or do that visualization where you lay it all out on your lawn and let some stuff go, because we're meant to jump on this wave, this awesome trajectory that's taking us into the future of abundance, creativity, connecting to our intuition more. This is our time, you guys. So if you have any sort of crappy, heavy stuff holding you back, now's the time to just let that stuff go so you can catch this wave of awesome. Okay, so thank you so much. I love you guys so much. I hope you have a great 2 weeks, and I will see you soon.